Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I am showing you how to make this adorable double brimmed beanie. It is so much fun and so easy. It just takes one skein of your favorite acrylic worsted weight yarn, and I even have a fun little pom-pom, a faux fur pom-pom added on the top. So if you want to grab your supplies, which I will put right here, join me as I teach you how to make from beginning to end this adorable beanie.
Alright guys, we are gonna get started making this double brimmed beanie. It's gonna be so much fun. I'm so excited to share this pattern with you. I really think you're gonna love it. And so to begin, we are going to be using this gorgeous, I love this yarn, super soft, from Hobby Lobby, and it is a 4 weight, and we're definitely not going to use this entire thing. We're going to have some left over, and then we're going to be using a 6mm crochet hook. So go ahead, get your stuff, and then pop back into this video and we will get started. Okay, so to begin this hat, we're going to be making the band at the bottom, and let me grab it really quick. So as you can see, this is a double brimmed beanie, so this is basically, you know, the double length that we fold in half. So to begin, we start making the brim going this way all the way around, and then we're going to turn and all that good stuff. So let's start with that brim. We're going to make a slip knot really quick. And then we're going to chain 25. So that's just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. So we've got this chain of 25, and just for visual reference, once we're done with the band, we'll be folding it like this, and that's what gives us that double brim. So to begin making that faux ribbing, as you can see, we've got 2 little hoops right here, so we skip that first one and go into the second hoop or chain, which is what it would be written as in a pattern. You go into the second chain and you just simply single crochet like that. Go into the next chain, it's insert your hook, yarn over, draw up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, and it's just that all the way down, single crochets all the way down. So continue along with your single crochets, and I'll meet you at the end of the row to show you what you need to do next. Okay, so I put a single crochet in the last chain, and to move on to row 2, you're just going to chain 1 and turn. Now when we look at the top here, we have these little, what I like to call V's. So you're going to single crochet in the back loop. Now when you're looking at your work, you're seeing it like this. So you see a loop, I'm going to bring it in. You see a loop right there, okay? And then you see a loop right there. So this loop back here would be considered the back loop. So you've already chained 1, which counts as a single crochet through that first one. Oop, came off my hook. So now what we're going to do is we're going to single crochet into the back loop only. So instead of going under both, we're instead going to go into the back loop only. Yarn over, draw up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2. And so I'm going to do a few more slowly so you can see exactly what I'm doing. Doing this is what gives us that really gorgeous popped out texture. I'll do these last few really slow. So continue doing this all the way across and meet me back at the end and I'll tell you what to do next. Okay, so now that we're at the end of the row, we're simply going to chain 1 and turn. And again, we're just working into the back loops only right there. Now, if you find that your band starts kind of making shapes on you, what you want to always do, especially if you have been known to increase or decrease or any of that stuff, just as you're coming across, just double check yourself. You want to make sure that you always have 25. So again, if that is an issue that you have, I would highly recommend just double checking your stitches at the end of each row until you have a confidence that you can recognize and see where things need to go. So the chain 1 does count as a single crochet, so that's 1. So you're just going to continue working single crochets into the back loops of each row all the way across. And you're going to do this for a total of 52 rows. So once you get all 52 of your rows done, hop back on. I'm going to show you how to connect the band and all of the steps to move forward with creating the body of the beanie. Okay, so now that you have your whole brim done, what we're going to do is we're going to take the ends and we are going to single crochet them together. Now the key here is to just kind of make sure that things are lining up. So do a couple of stitches and then check and make sure that like this one isn't coming like that or you haven't stretched one out too far. That's really the key here, and I'm going to show you exactly how to do this. So basically all you're going to do is you're going to insert your hook under that first stitch and then the first stitch on the opposite side like that. You're going to yarn over, draw up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2. So we're just single crocheting these 2 rows together. Really simple like that. And you can see the loops for both panels are right there, so you just go right underneath both of them like that. And just kind of, like I said, make sure everything's lining up. Just go under both. Double check, make sure everything is still even. And just do that all the way across. And then come back and I'll show you what to do next. Okay, so now that you have done that seam, this is kind of the inside of the brim. So what we're going to do is we're going to fold this little, I'm going to pull this out so I can do it a little bit better. We're just going to fold it so that that seam is kind of hidden inside like that. And then for us to be able to easily get this seamed up, I recommend doing it to where the yarn that you're working on, see how the working yarn is on this side, kind of keep that part on the outside. Okay, so now we've got like this tube, and so what we're going to do is we're going to basically go all the way around with half double crochets. So we did a total of 52 rows, okay, and you want to have as many half double crochets as you do rows. And if you look right here, do you see how you've kind of got this popped out section and then kind of a section that's kind of impressed, and then another popped out and another impression? So what I like to do is I like to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and that's how I keep my count and make sure that I'm not causing the hat to kind of go in because I'm not doing the correct number, and causing it to not go like this and kind of be all stretched out and all over the place. So at this point, we're going to be working in the round and creating the top section of the beanie. So insert your hook, and let me lock the color here so we're not having all this wacky color stuff. Or let me see. Sorry, I just don't want it to get wacky on you. All right, so we're gonna chain 2, and that is not gonna count as our half double crochet. Okay, so half double crochet is a yarn over. You're going to insert your hook, and again, there isn't any perfect way of doing this. The key is to just kind of make sure everything is even. Okay, so again, just be double checking. So half double crochet is yarn over, insert your hook underneath both stitches, draw up a loop, yarn over, pull through all 3. And let me see, my lighting is being really weird today. Yarn over, insert your hook, and again, there is no like specific space. You just want to kind of be sure that you're somewhat even. Okay, yarn over, draw up a loop, yarn over, pull through all 3 like that, and do this all the way around until you have as many half double crochets as you did bands. So if you were making this larger because you have a bigger head that you need this to cover, then you would do, like, let's say you did 57, make sure you have 57. If you do less, make sure you have that number. Whatever it is, just make sure you have as many half double crochets as you do ribbing rows. So I'm going to do a few more just so you can see. Half double crochet, just pull that up. And the reason for doing this row is because it helps us when we're doing the body pattern to know where exactly we need to go. So this is, I like to call this kind of like the base row, or round, I should be saying round. Okay, so just keep adding those half double crochets all the way around, and then I'll show you what to do next to join it together and start round 2. Once you've gone all the way around, right there on your chain 2, we're just going to do a simple slip stitch to the top like that. And so now round 1 is complete. And so let me pull this out so we can look at it for a second. So now the folded section of the beanie and the bottom corners are attached, and now let me grab this one. Now we can begin this kind of fun body section. So taking our string and all that, we are going to begin by doing a chain 2, and right here in this very first half double crochet, and you might be wondering, why is she using that colored yarn? Well, I do have a reason for that. I think it's important to train our eyes to see things even in these colorful yarns, because colorful yarns are typically what people choose to do, but just be patient and you'll be able to see it too. So a few things I want to point out right here as we're looking at this first half double crochet. You can see right here there's a V, 1, 2, and then there's kind of like a wrapped piece of yarn right there. To create this half double crochet below stitch, we're going to go right there in between that V. We're going to push our hook through, pull it up, and create a half double crochet. So right here, excuse me, in the next one, you see the V right there, and you see the piece of yarn going across. So we're going to wrap our yarn. We're going to stick our hook right there in between, draw up a loop, and work our half double crochet. Again, the next one, you see the V, you see the piece of yarn going across. You're going to wrap, stick it right there in between, draw up a loop, and work your half double crochet. So again, the next one, here's the V, the piece of yarn going across. We're going to insert our hook, yarn over, draw up a loop, yarn over, pull through all three to work that half double crochet. And you're just going to continue this all the way across. I'm going to try to pull it a little closer so you can see. V, V right there, V right there. Here's the piece going across. We're going to yarn over, and we're going to insert it right there into that space. Now, one thing I do want to mention, make sure that whenever you insert in between that V right there, that you draw up a loop that's the height of a half double crochet. If you have it down here, it's not going to work right. You want it to be even, just kind of do that number, yarn over, and work it like that, okay? Now, you're going to notice that the more rows you work up, the easier it's going to be to get into this stitch, because right here you can see there's the V right there, and then the piece of yarn that goes over, you're going to be inserting your hook right there in between. And if you look on this piece right here, you can see these V's right here is where we're inserting our hook, right there. So instead of working in the top, like up here, like we normally would, right? Normally we would stick our hook there. We're working down in the V below, just like that. And you have seen people use a single crochet stitch called, like, I believe it's the waistcoat stitch or the single crochet below, but we're just doing it a little taller and defining the stitch a bit more by using a half double crochet. So I'm going to do a couple more just so you can see what this looks like. And then I'm going to go all the way around, and then I'm going to show you how to attach, and then I'll tell you exactly how many of these rounds you need to do to complete this beanie. So again, right there in between that V. There's the next one. You can start to see it a little more clearly. You just yarn over, push it right through. And I do recommend when you're first starting out, especially if you're a tight crocheter, put your finger right behind the stitch as you're pushing through, right? You see how my finger's kind of helping it, grabbing that yarn, pulling it through, and working. And just get your other finger behind there to add support as you push through, okay? See how it's touching my finger, pushing through, yarn over, draw up a loop, yarn over, pull through all three. So continue doing that all the way around, and I'll meet you back at the end. So once you get back to the end, you've got your chain 2 here, and you're simply going to slip stitch into the top of that chain 2, and then chain 2 and begin round 3. And again, it's the same exact thing. Our V is obviously a lot clearer right there, so we're just going to go right there and work our half double crochet below. See that V? Just right there. And you're going to do this pattern workup for a total of 18 rounds. So just keep doing the same thing over and over until you have completed a total of 18 rounds. Once you're done with that, come back here and I'll tell you what to do next. All right, so now that we have all of the body of the hat worked up, I've already begun doing it, but you leave yourself a long tail, and all that we're simply going to do is, I'm going to turn it this way so you can see it a little easier. You're just going to take a tapestry needle or a crochet hook and weave that long tail in and out, just like so. And then once you've gotten all the way back to your beginning section, you are going to turn the hat inside out. And then pulling that long tail, you're just going to cinch that hat closed, just like that. So the hat is now cinched closed, and you can simply take your hook or tapestry needle, like I said, and that tail, and just kind of knot it up, tie it and secure it. And I just kind of go all through here. And again, if you have a tapestry needle, you would just weave it in, sew it closed, just like normal. You tie all that up, and then once you're done, you will snip your yarn. And I'm leaving it a little longer for a specific reason, and I'll show you in just a second. I gotta run upstairs and get my pom-pom, but I'll be right back. Okay, so what I have here is a fun faux fur pom-pom that I picked up from Joann, and this is the brand if you're interested. They're normally $5.99, but I got it on sale for $2, so that was kind of hard not to pass up. So again, this is inside out right now. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this pom-pom inside, and right here I'm going to grab, it's kind of hard to see, got a little hole right here. I'm going to grab that little loop and try not to grab a lot of the hair. Okay. So taking that long string, I'm just going to tie it. I don't have a button right now. I'm just going to tie it together, make a nice little knot. Okay, just like that. And then we're going to flip it right side out. And there you have it, your perfect little double brimmed beanie with a fun faux pom-pom.
That's it, guys. I really hope you enjoyed the tutorial. I would love it if you gave this video a thumbs up and that you hit that subscribe button. I've got lots more fun material coming for you, and I am so excited to share patterns, designs, tips, tricks, crafts, DIYs, all that good stuff with you in the coming months and in the coming year. I've got so many fun things planned, so be sure that you're following along so that you can get notifications anytime a new video is uploaded. Thank you so much, and I will see you in the next video.